Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of Prismata. Man, taking that 1 week of vacation. Every time I sit down to play, I have more vacation penalty, so I don't know, I guess we're going to be in red for a while, because I don't really play all that much ranked games. Pretty much everything you see on the channel. I don't play much ranked off camera, so, you know, publishing around, what, like, call it 1.5 games per episode. Is like about 10 games a week, which is about 20 games every 2 weeks, which I think is what you have to play to not have any vacation penalty. So, like, I don't know. Who cares, right? The rating doesn't super matter. I just don't, the red. I don't like red. I mean, red's fine, but it's as a color. But it being there is like the game's trying to make me feel bad, which I don't appreciate. Okay, whatever. What's going on in this game by Broken Keyboard versus Ultra 2. That one took me a minute. I thought this might have said like some sort of Brian thing. Didn't it? Okay, this game is over? Question mark? Like, well, I guess it's actually the Winter player might be losing here. No, probably not, right? Like, the opponent doesn't have that much attack, really. Who conceded? Okay, the non-Windsor player conceded. Fine, that's probably correct. Rupert versus Kumori. I've played both of these people a couple times, I think. Certainly a couple games against Kumori. I remember that person beat me in an Apollo game, maybe? Or maybe they were the one who beat me with Savior. I don't remember. It was quite a while ago. Okay, everyone's going super high econ. No, only Rupert is. Kumori disagrees. I think when Tarsier is the attacker and you have Matrix and D-Grid, you definitely want 1,000,000 drones, and so I think 1 EE was the right start for both players. It does like make your ossifieds a little bit weaker, but you don't need those for a very long time, and you should have enough drones. Yeah, I like Rupert's line a lot more. Picking up the early red first is good. You don't get a lot of chances to go like high econ into red, but here, like, what else would you do? You want to buy every single Tarsier, and all the advanced set stuff just doesn't matter until you have several Tarsiers down, so you might as well get started. I mean, you know, 1 splitter is fine. It's a bit awkward for the Tarsier player, in fact. But do you build a Rhino against this? Probably not, right? I don't know. You need one eventually, and like, I guess the alternative would be several Tarsier, 2 Tarsiers, several drones, and a forge, maybe? But you can't get that many drones if you get a forge as well. Maybe the Rhino is fine. No, 'cause it's not going to attack for a really long time. It's just an absorber for 1. I think I'd rather just get a couple fewer drones or whatever and get a blast forge. While getting out 2 Tarsiers. Man, Rupert is fast. I mean, maybe things are not looking so bad for Rupert. He's not actually that far behind in attack, and he has a Matrix down already. And yeah, I don't know. But his opponent can build Tarsiers, like, after teching into Matrix. And all this attack is just killing like 1 NG per turn for Rupert, right? Or for Kumori, I should say. Really? Not a Matrix? Why not? Huh. Is he gonna try to skip Matrix and just get Grid? I don't think that's gonna work. How's the economy? Both, well, 21 and 20, so close. Huh. Oh, this is a bit cute. You have 9 attack, which is wall grid, but you can just hold the Rhino and the Splitter to deal 7 damage. Holding the Splitter is not that valuable, since you're not going to defend with it or anything. Although you could, I suppose. But you certainly hold the Rhino, of course. Yeah, there's no way you would ever sack the Splitter here, so it doesn't matter whether you attack with it or not. Okay, I think Rupert is still ahead, but it's not as clear-cut as I thought it would be. He just managed to get out 10 attack more quickly, and the economies are still very similar. And he has more lifespan on his defense grid. On the other hand, I guess, like, Kumori is still droning, so maybe that's a thing? It doesn't seem great to be droning. And having not picked up any red, I don't know. I guess it's too late for red now. You just get all the Gauss Cannons and all the Steel Splitters and hope 20 damage is enough. Which it probably would be. I wonder if holding the Rhino there could have been good. To make enemy lose wall NG instead of Matrix, and you get to keep a charge here. You're not going to soak with it anytime soon, so I think it would have been good to spend more, make your opponent spend more granularity. Alright, we have Mendrigo. Alright. In, You could try Breachproof with ISOs, but I don't think that's going to be so great. The alternative is like ISOs and Ferals with, of course, Dynamos. And it would be really nice to time things so you can get a Mega Drone. I'm not quite sure the best way to do that. Maybe it's just get 2 ISOs as your first attackers, and then Tarsiers after that. Well, Tarsiers the turn after, and then Feral's the turn after the turn after. Maybe. But that might be, like, Mega Drone might just not be worth it, so we'll see. Because the opponent's Ferals will be like, yeah. It's not like, okay, denying Absorb against a Feral is not as good as denying it against a wall, because the Feral takes actual damage, but usually, for most of the game, a 3 health Feral is no better than a 1 health Feral, and so it's still worth trying to do. Would I get an Animus here? No, right? Pretty sure no. This is just not rushy enough. Is it? If opponent gets double Dynamo? Well, we're scaring them. They seem to be afraid of it. Oh, wow. What? No, that's definitely not correct. If you want more econ, you get a second Dynamo. Well, okay, because of Mega Drone, maybe it's justifiable, because you want the 3rd NG eventually, and this way you can build more. I don't know, actually. No, this NG doesn't do anything, so you can't even spend the energy next turn. Okay. Well, opponent's done some weird stuff. Let's just look at it. What would it look like if I built an Animus? I'd have 11 bucks next turn? No thanks. Let's just draw. I'd really like to have at least 16 bucks if I'm going to do the ISO into Tarsier's thing, right? So, like, next turn I want 16 bucks is what I'm saying. I think this would not do it. Oh, it would. I could do this, and then next turn double ISO Animus, I think. That seems pretty good. Floating 5 is a little dumb, but this gets me what I want. And that's my last dynamo. Okay, well, I can get a feral, even if its attack doesn't do anything. It'll be a useful absorber. Right, because if I do this, then next turn I'm getting like a feral to defend against the ISO, and I have like more attack than I need for a Mega Drone. So I mean, I might not. You don't have to Mega Drone. Like just attacking for 5 is pretty cool too. I'm pretty sure I want this feral, and I want a Tarsier because I have red. So there you go. And I think just drones. Do I want a kit? Next turn I'll have 3 green. If I built a drone and a conduit, I could have 4, and that would be like feral kit. I think though that getting this Mega Drone is pretty cool. Right? I think that's pretty cool. So next turn is like Mega Drone, feral, Tarsier, question mark? I don't know, maybe an ISO or something. Probably not ISO. I was gonna say, why Rhino all of a sudden? To get 4 attack, maybe? Yeah, maybe that would make sense for them. You're only threatening 3 next turn. I'm not sure what all these NGs are about. Ah, yeah, right. I spent all my energy, of course. Alright, well, ISO apparently is just what fits. These ISOs happen to be synced, but that's just a coincidence. It's not really important anymore. I'm over the absorb barrier anyway. I'd rather buy a Gauss cannon if I could. Yeah, alright. Enjoy those engineers. They're gonna... They've invested a lot of money in these engineers that aren't doing anything for a while, so I hope to have that advantage. Like, I'm scared of all these ISOs though, I must say. Rhino, Gauss Cannon, NGs? It's getting a bit scary in here. But I guess I'm about to hit for 1 million, aren't I? Oh wow, they chose not to absorb. I didn't even notice. Wow. That's a play. I mean, I guess, I don't know. Syncing the ISOs, it still helps a little. I've talked about this before, even when you're over the absorb barrier anyway. It makes it more difficult for the opponent to buy defense because they have to buy it all at once. And since red is not savable and you kind of want to absorb on only 1 feral per turn, you know, it's a little bit harder for them to cope with. Okay, so great. But now we have a lot of defending to do. Hang on, they are losing 2 attack, correct? Yes. I could hold this Rhino, and that defends. If they're losing 2 attack, I'm almost defended like this. So this defends. And just buy a million NGs. Seems good. That drone hold was still good, even though it didn't actually defend. It prevented a disaster. Opponent again losing 2 attack, so this defends. Another Rhino jams in some more damage. NGs against their big ISO turn. Things are looking just fine. And we are busting through here against anything they could possibly build, which is nice. Feral defends. Okay. 2.2. Alright, a new player. When I saw them not absorbed, that was sort of what I guessed. Also, I guess this NG. Yeah. I don't know. I could point out some mistakes my opponent made, but I'm sort of more interested in what I could have done better. Obviously, attacking for 1 is not as, like, amazing as if I'd managed to somehow attack for 0. While, like, I mean, obviously attacking for 1 is strictly better than attacking for 0. But it sort of suggests that my build was not optimal because I ended up doing some damage. Like one of the attackers that I built, this Feral, was unnecessary for a turn, and if I could have somehow not gotten him, or gotten different attackers than these ISOs or something. For example, I could have just gotten 1 ISO, expecting this Feral to attack, and like get a Rhino as well or something, but that doesn't seem very good. I think this was fine, and it was just a bit of a surprise that, well, no. It wasn't a surprise. I knew it was coming, and I said so. Opponent's single ISO is like... It makes my build a little bit awkward, but his substantially worse because the damage just gets absorbed. This was all fine. That was... I only built the 2 Tarsiers, right? So, like, if I could have, would I have made this one a Rhino? I couldn't have. I don't have the money. But, like, would that be good? Probably. And then, yeah, this... At this point, it was like, yeah, Rhino's great. I wasn't really counting my opponent's damage and planning my turns as carefully as I really should be. They just seemed like they were in a lot of trouble. Oh, interesting. I guess that's true. I didn't notice how they defended. I assumed you would absorb on the Feral, but you are sort of at the point in the game where 2 health is worth more than a Tarsier, so sure. Alright, well, let's just move on and play a second game. Not a lot to say there. Just buy good units. Do some reasonably efficient things. have a plan for a build, and like even if it doesn't go out exactly as you imagined it, it's still like better than not having a plan at all. I don't know how to pronounce this person's name. I've seen them in Twitch chat. I don't think I've ever played a game against them. Maybe one or two. Oh my god, help! Arca, but also Vi. There's not really a red sink here. So if you get the Vi, you have more red than you could ever want. And you're stuck with it. Hellhound looks like the main attacker. But like Drake could be pretty cool too, especially as a way to like sell back your blue maybe, although I don't know that you would want to. Man, I just know Vi is really important in this set and I don't know how to do it correctly. Like Arca would probably be an attacker and Vi is canceling out the Centurion, I guess. But, ugh, what a mess. I think it's clear we're going third NG even with Vi and Arca, right? Maybe some sort of Hellhound into Vi thing actually just kills that. What if I didn't do that? What if I just went BA next turn and got like Tarsier Hound and then more Tarsiers and more Hounds? Okay. The emotes were cute, but it's a bit distracting. I think you need a third NG because you kind of need Vi and like you're gonna want Arca at some point, and that's a lot of tech, even with Hellhounds, to have like 10 drones. But I do think Vi is like mandatory in this set, and I don't know if you actually get the Centurion because of Vi. I think Arca is probably very good, but I'm not sure. Alright, opponent is going for a much faster approach. I'll grab a wall, why not? Right? I don't want a conduit, I want a wall. Obviously this is a forge, not a wall, but it is for the purpose of walls. What if I just got Drakes right away? Said, forget these stupid hounds. The thing is, though, you want some Tarsiers first, because they're, like, not absorbing the damage yet. Do you, though? What if you just want a bunch of Drakes? Before they have a chance to get... They won't be able to get Vi in a big hurry. But they'll be able to get Arca pretty soon. And against that, I want red, I think. Interesting. Yeah, I think you'd rather attack for 4 than 5, so... It just feels like it's going to be hard for them to squeeze in 2 forges, isn't it? Okay. I'm not sure when they're doing that. Or a Forge and an Animus. They're both a bit tough. Maybe you get one Forge and start buying Hounds, and then you get the Animus or something. Could be okay. I'd sort of like to obligate them to build a kind of crummy Rhino. And I don't really want to commit to a Centurion yet, because they have all these ways to deny me value. Just Hounds or Drakes are looking pretty okay at the moment. I could try to get an Apollo. I think that's too slow. But I could get the third Forge for like double Hound Wall. Okay. Or Drake. Well, no, probably double Hound, right? You know, I knew that this would make them get a Rhino, and that would be 7. And I didn't... I don't know, guys. And I thought that it would be hard for them to get Arca, but obviously it's the easiest thing in the world. So these Hounds kind of suck. Because they're not doing any damage next turn. Okay, what if I didn't get them? Well, that sucks too. And I guess you're getting like a Drake next turn or something to get rid of this excess blue. It would be really cool if I could add 3 attack, which is not impossible. I could get Hound, Rhino, Splitter, right? Like, or something, or Hound, Splitter. But like that doesn't work because I want to be defending, right? So I think I need the wall, but this is just awful, isn't it? Maybe I actually need to do this to get out my own Arca. Even though it sucks. I think I get Arca Hellhound on the same turn, which is pretty cool. Are they gonna try to offer me like a Gambit for Exact? Figuring that I want to buy Arca anyway? I don't think that's true though. I think I could wait on the Arca. Okay, well let's see how that looks. So suppose I did this. Oh my god. This is so much damage. Help! This is the worst. So this is a line, and suppose I instead got the Arca and a wall and a Tarsier. This is probably better. But man, like, making them get no absorb from killing stuff and then no absorb from getting the Arca is kind of cool. I think, like, it's actually kind of hard for them to defend properly this way. No, it's not. They can just hold Arca. But then if they do, I build my own Arca. So in the meantime, like, what are they doing about 7 damage? Wall Rhino? I don't know. I guess that's fine. I'll build an Arca then. I think if I just, like, get the Arca right on that turn, I just lose. So I need to do something else. I'm just behind on, like, attack and not ahead on anything is the problem with that line. I'm a little ahead on econ. On the other hand, this is also clearly losing, right? They can just build wall NG and, like, keep offering me these. And in the meantime, like, I'm running out of supplies and losing. I don't know. I need to do this, which means I needed to do it last turn. I'm trying to imagine what I could do that would, like, turn the tables here. And it seems like either Vi or Centurion is the answer. But I don't see how I can realistically get either one. Drake would do something, but I just, like, don't have anything, you know? Nothing works. I don't even have enough econ to make Centurion very realistic, I think. But it's more realistic than anything else. I think I just got too many drones in an Arca set. Like, Arca is amazing and you pay for it with attack, and so you want to get attackers. That's why that's something that I don't really, I don't know. It's like, it's a lot of tech, but honestly, even if you have to float a bunch of blue afterwards, Arca's great. Can't do that, huh? I'm so close to being able to, like, spend all this stuff. Ugh. I really want this Centurion. But actually, can I even get it? I can't, right? It's just not gonna happen. Can't do that. I have to do this. Yeah, the thing about the Centurion is, like, I would have to lose either Arca or Centurion, because if I build Centurion and then I'm not building any other defense, right? And I just don't have enough stuff to survive that. Maybe if I could hold Steel Splitter next turn instead of this turn, but if I'm holding it this turn, I don't have it next turn, and that just loses. How's opponent's wall supply? They have 1,000,000. Okay. Mine, of course, is the real problem, but... Thought I'd check and see if somehow they had run out. One Nevo? Yeah. Okay, I don't need to keep playing. Yuck. Yeah, I don't know. I knew this was going to be a really difficult set, and I didn't know what to do about it. And... because I was thinking about... like, you definitely do want at least one, probably two of these big dudes. And that's a lot of tech. And I was thinking it would be nice not to be wasting all that tech. So, go third NG. Because you want a lot of drones. But... Arca is just such an overwhelming unit. And with Hellhound, it's not at all an imposition to spend 2 blue, right? Hellhound is a great blue sync. I was thinking about whether there are red syncs in this set, and I saw Drake as kind of a blue sync, but Hellhound is actually like the star blue sync here. Because it lets you get out Arca super fast, and then once you have Arca, it lets you spend the blue. These guys would all be nice to have, but you can't afford to dawdle and build a third NG and 1,000,000 drones to get you one of these, because they're just so slow and the Arca is beating down your door. And after, like, I don't know, it's hard to see me ever winning after turn 2, honestly. Yeah, I don't understand, like, Arca very well. Like, I know how it... I understand the text on it, and I know what it means, but, like, what I should do in an Arca set is not something I understand very well. I guess we could look at what would happen if I had done, if I had gotten the Arca here instead. Did I put that on the table? I think I didn't even put it on the table. Okay. So if I here get the Arca, I think I'm super dead still. Like I can do this, it's fine. Rhino, I guess. But they're already defended and they just get double Hound. Wall, Rhino, Hound. Okay, so the third blue, I think, was a big mistake as well. Even within the context of having chosen the wrong line. Oh, this is so perfect for them. They just, like, buy double Hounds every turn. And I'm attacking for, like, just little enough that it doesn't even matter. Conduit? No, probably just NGs. Since I am, after all, adding attack, it'll get... I don't think double Hound would do it next turn. Maybe it would have. Oh, look at that. Perfect again. Wow. Yeah, this is also, like, super losing. Oh no, they can't build double Hound again. Rhino, I guess. Since I'm not clicking the Arca. And like, I'm just toast. Yeah. Okay, so I think I was correct in concluding that that was clearly losing, so I should try the breach approach. That was also losing quite badly. Yeah, just the wrong idea. Like, I don't... I'd like to think that I'll play the next Arca set better, but I still don't really get it. So, still more learning to come, I guess. Oh well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.